Hello, people. It's a true honor to be speaking with you guys. This is Alexander Tsado coming in from Alliance4ai. Excited to be talking to all of you at the Lagos Chamber of Finance and Commerce. As I see, you are mostly founders and employees of top companies. Today, you've asked me to spend about 5 minutes to tell you about critical thinking and problem-solving skills. So I'm happy to jump into those. Remember to follow us on your favorite social media platform as we talk about these kind of topics often that help you become really great leaders. Jumping in, I actually come from Benin City, Nigeria. Unlike what many of you are not aware of that, I now live in the United States of America in California, where I've worked for over 2 decades. I love to play tennis, soccer, and do some salsa dancing. My biggest role in the past was working with NVIDIA, where we helped build a cloud platform that over 100,000 companies now build AI tools on. The most famous of those tools is ChatGPT 3, which many of you use who are listeners to this call. Now, problem solving. Today, I will keep it short and share with you my best tips for problem solving, and then show you the different levels to solving problems. First and foremost, well, on the step, there are 5 of them. The first one is called answer first. Most people, when given a tough problem to solve, they go away and spend a very long time, like 1, 2, 3 weeks, doing research and trying to figure out the answer. That's okay. It's a good part of the process, but it's not the best first thing you should do. From my time as a consultant at Bain, I learned that you can spend 30 minutes or even 10 minutes with yourself trying to answer the question, the brilliance that you already have. Write down your answers, see what your first answers are, and then you can go and do research to see if it disproves or proves your initial answer. That's answer first. Number 2 is look for past ways that problem has been solved. You can go on google.com and ask Google what's been happening, or you can go on ChatGPT 3 or your favorite AI LLM and ask the question, how have others solved this problem before? Then you should go find past solvers, people who have solved this problem before. They could be your mentors, your advisors, or if you have a board of advisors for your company, this is exactly why they are there, for your hardest problems. Don't try to solve it all by yourself, and you end up making and repeating mistakes that you could have avoided, and you would have avoided wasting time and wasting resources that you don't have. The 4th step is to experiment quickly. Don't sit down and try to build the perfect solution without testing it out in the reality. Most things that are built that way all fail, because the second you test it in reality, you will realize that there are some assumptions you're making that are not correct. So please test very quickly, fail fast, and iterate to a better solution. The last step of the 5 is called small steps. Create a clear roadmap and start from the smallest thing you can do in order to get to your complex solution. For example, with our NGO here, Alliance4ai, we had the complex problem of trying to convince African universities to teach computer science and artificial intelligence. Very complex because they have so many complaints and reasons why they will not do it. So we decided what's the first step we can do is to at least convince them to allow us open AI clubs in their schools. From those AI clubs, we're able to train many students to know about AI. Those students invited more students and more teachers. And after 2-3 years, you had so many people in the school interested in AI that the administration had to listen. So we took the small step first before the complex. Now, in terms of the levels of problem solving, I love this picture as it can show the final image of a person flying. Here we say that in order to fly, you must learn to crawl, walk, run, then you fly. In the phase of problem solving, most of us employees or founders start in a place where we are just learning to execute. In a week, as a founder, you probably have 10 to 15 problems. And trust me, more than half of them you've never seen before. So you have to be a very quick learner. You know how to do research, how to ask mentors, and figure out how to execute. The next level is that you employ people who know how to do that too, right? Well, that's when you execute yourself. It's actually the third level that you start to ask other people to execute with you. Now, this level is a very difficult level. We don't find many founders getting here because they don't trust their employees and they don't give them enough coaching and enough trust to do the work themselves. They just prefer to do it on their own instead of giving it to the employees. And so I ask you to know that for you to grow, you must get to a point where you have trained people and you give them space to execute in their own way while you are only paying attention to the outcomes. The step after that, where you're flying, is where you are a much better coach than before. You're not just asking people to do work, you are now giving them the problem to solve and coaching them on how to follow the previous steps that we showed you. You are coaching them on how to follow these steps. And in this time, you'll probably have a very large team of more than even 50 people. Then you know that you've become an expert problem solver. So with all these best practices and tips, I wish you great luck on your journey towards being an incredible problem solver. And as a final slide, I offer you a gift. It's an AI tool that teaches you and teaches your employees how to pick up new skills faster. Reach out if you're interested in claiming this offer, and be well for now. Cheers.